Welcome back to the Daily Nugget, daily property insights. One topic, 20 minutes or less. Myself, Lotze, and joined by a property renovation specialist, Tom Faye. And Tom, the question for you today, or the point for you today is, we're obviously in the marketplace at the moment with renovations and the stock and the worry about shortage of supplies and all of that is a massive question to most people. I'm currently building at the moment, and it's one of the biggest worries I see at the moment. How are you managing that being a renovation specialist, or how do you see the possibilities of getting around it or making sure it doesn't impact your build or your renovation at the moment?
Yeah, hey, look, Lawrence, I think the key thing with that one, and a lot of people are concerned about it. The whole industry is concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
To give you some secrets of the trade, which is really what it is something that you just alluded to, which was going into the shops and going in and just buying what's off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing, and it sounds pretty obvious, but I had a carpet installer who the week before I was expecting the job to be done was then now calling up places all over Auckland to get the stock. And I was like, hang on, but I was hoping that you already had the stuff in stock. So be careful. A lot of times people are quoting you on stuff, but they may not have that product in stock. So make it really clear from the outset, hey, is this in stock? If it's in Australia, I don't want to know about it. Okay, a lot of carpet, specific types of carpet, they come to us from Australia. And nobody has any idea how long that's going to take. So biggest thing is buy what's off the shelf. Bunnings, for example, Australia, New Zealand Bunnings. If one Bunnings doesn't have it, just be like, hey, look, where is it? Are you willing to drive down to Hamilton from Auckland to get it? Are you willing to drive into another region to pick that stuff up? That's what I've been doing. Don't rely on your builder, because your builder's job is not to collect stock for you. Your builder's job is to, when it arrives, to put it in.
Totally. And what Tom was saying about what I alluded to earlier, we're just chatting off air, is that I'm currently going, as I said, I'm currently going through my own personal build at the moment. And what I said to Tom off air and what he was alluding to was one of my tactics, and it shows what Tom's doing as well, was when I walk into a shop, straight away off the bat, almost the first question you can ask my wife, the first question I'll say to them is, cool, we're looking at this product. Do not show me anything that's out of stock. Do not show me anything that's got a limited amount or needs to be shipped in. I want to see everything that's a possibility that has X amount of square meterage, if it's carpet or tiles, or show me tapware. You've got to have the stock now. I don't want you to order it. And I think it's by having that communication straight off the bat that you said, Tom, it means that the person selling or the person that has the products can actually clarify it. But it's a really good point you're saying, that don't just get fooled by them saying, yep, here's the docket, I'll get you 50 squares. You actually got to validate with them that they actually have the stock.
Yeah, big time. And hey, while you were saying that, kitchen cabinets is a big one. So one thing that will definitely hold you up is going to be kitchen cabinets. If it's, again, coming from Australia, or if it's being manufactured in the factory, you have to remember there's going to be a big backlog of work. The lockdowns we went into last year, followed by increased demand, more people had more money, interest rates were low, meant that the demand far exceeded the supply. So sometimes you're going to need to be 2 months ahead of yourself. So I ordered kitchen cabinets, I think it was the 12th of January, and then I let it go for a month. And then a month later, I started pushing them, hey, where's those cabinets? Where's those cabinets, And only probably 2 weeks ago, so we're in March, at the end of February, did they say to me, hey, your cabinets are here, they're ready for collection. So that's 2 months. All right. So sometimes you're going to be forced to get ahead of the curve and just order the stuff, put your money down, pay for it in full, and just sit and wait. Because I knew that, okay, there's going to be a lag of maybe 3 months. So don't wait until you're a month out and then start trying to order stuff. No, start 90 days ahead. That's the reality that we're living in.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, Tom. I'm guessing one of the ways you've got to, had to look at it in the process. I know from your experience, you've got a very meticulous process. But to anyone else out there looking at work, I'm guessing for them, it's thinking about the time frame. So yes, I need to do my kitchen in a couple of months, or I need to do my bathroom and that sort of renovations. The minute you pretty much know you want to do something, that's where you're talking about doing the orders, right? Going in, ordering in the stuff that needs to be ordered, that's not that can't be sourced or can't be supplied locally, then you have to take that next step, get it ordered straight away, and then look at that time frame and build that into it. Because I think the biggest thing we're seeing in the marketplace at the moment is not just that the stock is running out, but it's the expectation that the stock will come in a, let's say, in a timely manner. And, you know, so people are cool. I've placed the order. I'm getting it out of Australia. I'm expecting to see it in 6 weeks. And it's like, whoa, are you being realistic at the moment?
Yeah.
How about ordering what you need and then giving it 12 weeks and building your whole program or your whole renovation on that 12-week window expectations? I think that's what will help a lot of people out by starting with the bat and pushing it out. It sucks, but at least it's more realistic than waiting and not actually getting stuff.
And following that up is you're going to have another problem is where you're going to store this stuff. I've got a garage full of stuff and I've got 3 units full of stuff. And we're shifting, you know, we're playing Tetris at the moment, you know, pulling this out, putting it in here, pulling this out. You know, my house, I've got one room just full of stuff. My lounge is full of doors. The doors took 3-4 weeks to get out of Auckland. You know, doors, standard doors, you know, and I almost forgot that I'd ordered them and they called me up and said, hey, your doors are here. So you got to that's the next thing is where you're going to put this stuff. You got to have somewhere to put it. And ideally somewhere that's not going to cost you money, such as a storage yard or something like that.
And the one last point I want to make about this topic today is obviously to the larger build companies, this might be as major of an issue because they've got buying power. But what about this jib issue that we're going to see? What about this? One of the largest manufacturers of jib in New Zealand, what they've held off of any new orders for 6 months. How do you see this impacting? How do you see the smarts around the mom and dad doing a renovation at home, or yourself that's doing that's a renovation specialist of buying properties and renovating and bringing them up to it? Where do you think the smart should be around jib specifically at the moment?
Okay, so if you want jib, you've got to be, you can't be picky. Okay, whether you prefer what's the standard brand of jib that we all use? You know,
it's just called jib.
It's just called jib, right? Yeah, jib, right? And then you've got elephant board, and then you've got a bunch of other ones. You've got one that's a brand out of China, you know. So you've got these different sort of brands. I mean, look, you're going to end up with a room that's got 2 different brands of jib. It's not a big deal. But the next thing, the thing that I've been doing is I've got about I've got accounts with the 4 or 5 and local regional suppliers of timber, you know, hardware stores, different types of stores. And why have I got that? The reason I've got that is because I can then go around and pick up what's on the shelf. So the last time I made an order for jib was probably in November, and I'm not going to bother again because I tried again and it didn't work. So you're going to be going and having to buy 6-meter lengths of jib, okay? Because that's what they've got on the shelf. Your guys can always rip it. Whoever's putting it in can always rip it at 3 meters or 2.7 or whatever they need. That will mean you may have a little bit extra waste. But hey, do you want to get the job done or not?
Totally.
You know?
And
so
I think
open up those you know, those trade accounts. They're not going to just let you walk in and buy a shit ton of jib, you know, if you don't have a trade account. And we're talking about trade accounts, not just regular, you know, customer walking off the street. They're not really going to sell you that much jib.
That's totally. Tom, you know, thanks so much for those points about, you know, the renovation and the point of going into a shop, making sure you know what's on the shelf, questioning what's on the shelf, questioning what's in the stock, and making sure you understand that, as well as the time frame from all the renovations. And to anyone else that's listening at the moment, you've got any questions or queries, just drop it in the comments below on whether you listen or watching to the podcast. And as always, thanks for coming over to the Daily Nugget, Daily Property Insights, one topic, 20 minutes or less.